Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hello everybody, welcome to Game Night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on the internet at regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports, youtube.com/regionsports, and ihsatv.org. We come to you tonight from Kouts High School as Region Sports Network presents the Washington Township Senators taking on the Kouts Phillies in a PCC Girls Hoops Showdown. I'm Jack Thiel, have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Doug Nelson. Doug, we got a good one here today at Kouts High School. We'll start with the visiting team, the Senators. Really good year for them so far. They're having a over 500 record so far, a couple wins, a couple losses. They have a win where they scored over 70 points, and they've got a lot of returners this year. Now, they did lose their top scorer from last year's team, but they're returning their number 2 and their number 3 scorers, which should have a big impact in tonight's game, in Gracie Little and Claire Klinger.
Yeah, Gracie Little, she's going to have a good year, and she's probably one of the better players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they have returned a ton of experience from a team they lost in the semi-state last year. So they have really high aspirations for this year, and it takes a long. It's a journey. The winter season's the longest high school season, and it's going to be a long road to get there. But they have high goals in the postseason.
Their last loss came last Tuesday against the Adrian 59ers. They fell 38-27. Doug Gottbolt is the head coach of the Senators. 9 years overall. He spent 6 years with Hebron. He's now in his 3rd year here with the Senators. He's done really good, 41-15 so far. And you mentioned it, that semi-state trip last year. So definitely a lot to build off of. This is a Washington Township team that also, you think about it, they only have one senior. So if you want to think ahead, although we're very early into this year, if you want to think ahead, they're going to have a lot of their major contributors from this year be on the team next year. So there's a lot of success, including this year, but next year on the way for these Senators.
Yeah, that's what when I talked to Coach Godbolt, and Doug was my assistant coach when we were at Hanover Central. He works real hard at it. He spends a lot of time in the game and down in the lower levels in the off season, but he is really high on this group, and they know they have high goals for the next couple years.
For the Kouts Phillies, they're kind of transitioning a little bit, 2-4 on the year. It's a 4-game losing streak for the Phillies, but what's good for them is they're 9-1 in their last 10 games against Washington Township, so they've had the Senators' number as of late, and they've had success. I mean, the last 4 years, they've been 71-28. Tim Schwartz in his first year as head coach for this Phillies team. They lost to Hanover Central this past Saturday, 49-28. But this is a team that is led by seniors. It's going to be Macy Sanders. She's going to be one of the key players in this lineup. Look for Olivia Miller as well. But there's a lot of contributions on this team. You got Elia Young, Sophie Tuglaski. You got Ellie Nesmith. I mean, this is a team that is not just going to be 5 or 6 ladies. There's about 7, 8 deep rotation, which can help you in these types of games when you need, someone off the bench to contribute.
Yeah, Coach Schwartz is a longtime assistant. He took over for Ron Kobza, who had a really successful run here, winning 5 sectionals with his group. But Kouts graduated their top 4 scorers from last year.
Yeah.
Ali Capuch is in at Shrine. She had a great career here in the PCC. So early on in the season, Coach Schwartz is really trying to allow a lot of different mixes together.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out who their dudes are going to be, who their top 8 are going to be, and what combinations are going to work. And that's why you see all the different people stepping up, getting opportunities early in the year.
So what would you say is the key for the games for these Kouts Phillies? Obviously, probably the underdog in tonight's game, coming in at 2-4, 4-game losing streak, trying to end that losing streak. For Kouts, how are you trying to try to build something after this losing streak? What are your keys for them?
I think they have to they have to try to control the tempo. Washington Township's going to want to get out and run.
Okay.
They want to play fast pace, and they got to, like you mentioned when they first came out, they have a lot of guards.
Yes.
They're going to want to get out and run and shoot the three. So if you're Kouts, they've always been known for their size along with their guards. Mm-hmm. So you're going to want to try to control the paint a little bit, slow the ball down a little bit, and control possessions and value those possessions. You can't continue to turn it over a lot.
For the Senators, I mean, they have a guard that's 5'3", and Claire Klinger, a guard in 5'5", and J.C. Jackson. You mentioned it. For Kouts, their size, I mean, they have Ellie Namath, who's 5'11". You have Sophie Teglaski, who's 5'8". Macy Sanders, who's 5'8". So, that's going to be probably that key you mentioned. How can they take advantage of their size advantage against the Senators? But we'll see. We're 30 seconds away from tip-off as we're going to get ready for the national anthem here at Kouts High School. But you're watching Game Night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Here as the starters are being announced at Kouts High School. Jack Thiel, Doug Nelson. We got Zach Miller producing and Zach Finelli on the camera. The Tuesday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, well, I think we're glad to be inside here in this beautiful gym. It's a little cold outside, 19 degrees. So stay warm wherever you're watching tonight's game. And if you want
it's dry, though. I'm okay with this. It's dry.
Oh, don't jinx it. I feel like I'm going to see some rain or some snowflakes coming up.
It won't be rain if it comes down.
Nevertheless, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling is going to keep you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter with 24/7 emergency service. Comfort isn't far away. So as the lineups are being announced for the Senators, your starting lineup's going to be J.C. Jackson, Claire Klinger, Gracie Little, Brooklyn Campbell, and Maddie Winchip. For the Kouts Phillies, it's going to be Sophia Tikliski, Ellie Nemeth, Young, Macy Sanders, and Olivia Miller. And those are going to be your starters for both teams. For the Phillies, they do have 2 injuries in tonight's game. Leah Croft and Courtney Lockett are both out with ankle injuries. So for those Phillies, a little thin bench tonight, dealing with some injuries. But this is a team that does have, we talked about it, a large rotation, can fill in a lot of holes if needed. As we're set to get underway here, big thank you to joining us on this game night in the PCC. We're so glad we could bring this one to you. We are just here Friday night for the boys' game between Hebron and Kouts. A really good one.
Good officiating crew for tonight. We got Fred Shube, that just did a state championship in football.
There you go.
And Sam Michael and Zach Sewell. So good crew on hand tonight.
And here's the tip. And that's going to go Kouts' way already quickly at the basket. And it looks like we'll get our first jump ball of the game in only 5 seconds to play. We saw a lot of jump balls in the JV game. Looks like they'll transition over here to the varsity. The arrow points to the Senators' way. So now they'll have the basketball. We'll flip that arrow to the Phillies side. As that ball's tipped out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Senators. For Washington Township, we talked about a team with a lot of returning players that are all also only juniors. So that's going to be the case for next year as well. Let's pass it out. See a little bit of a zone right now by Kouts.
I think it's a man-to-man. They're just switching all the screens because they're all basically the same size, right? I mean, there's no advantage or disadvantage.
Well, there's a 3 in the corner. It's off and no good. Offensive rebound by the Senators. And there's a 3 from the wing. That one's off the back iron. No good. Ball up for grabs. And it's going to go the Phillies' way, driving quickly down the court.
Washington Township's also been a half-court man-to-man. Running a 4 out, 1 in.
Slowing things down, running their offense. Driving inside. Nice one to loses the basketball off the hands, and it's going to be Senators basketball. That was off on number 10, Sophie Tukleski. So empty possessions on both sides for both teams as we've played only 1 minute here in the first quarter. Claire Klinger with the basketball now, picked up her dribbles, got to give it up. That one's tipped, and that one's stolen by the Phillies. So good defensive awareness right there by Kouts. Quickly up the court. We'll get their offense set.
See a lot of empty possessions, but the turnovers, those as a coach, that's what you cannot allow those.
Yeah, there's a nice pass inside, just no good. Macy Sanders couldn't hit that one. There's Klinger on the drive to the basket, coast to coast, but she's going to travel. So another turnover by the Senators. You're going to see a lot of tonight for Washington Township. Gracie Little and Claire Klinger. Those two are really their 2 premier scorers, averaging over 12 points a game.
Their little full court token half trap.
Yeah, that one's in and out. Can't fall in. Rebounded by number 33, Brooklyn Campbell, standing at 6 foot tall. There's going to be a loose ball foul on Kouts.
If you're in some kind of a full court trap and your trap gets broken, you can't jog out of the trap, right? You got to sprint back in the trap or sprint back in the half court defense and find your guy and become part of the play again.
So Claire Klinger, a 5'3" junior guard with the basketball. Piece of motion offense right now for the Senators, trying to get their first points of the game. We're just trying to have our first basket of the game. Nice pass to the corner. Pump fakes it a little bit, goes back to Klinger on the wing. Klinger goes to the right. Ball is poked out of her hands, but able to retrieve it now on that baseline. But we're going to get a foul.
Yeah. She's really, Ellie Young, she's been pretty active on the ball here lately, reaching. But she's just got to play more with her feet. Washington Township's like in a 3 out, 2 win. Looks like they're going a little high-low look, but really having a hard time with that Kouts size.
Yeah, Ella Young, 10 steals on the year so far. She plays the second most minutes on this team. So Klinger will hand that one off. Inside near that baseline, trying to maneuver around. A double team by the Phillies. Actually more of a triple team, and the ball stolen. Good defense right there by Kouts. We'll kind of dribble that one out, and so we got a little pressure in the back, and that one's out of bounds. It's going to be Phillies basketball.
She's got to pick that up and look down the floor. If there's 2 or 3 people on her, mathematics say that somebody's open down the court, right?
It was a good job by the Senators to attack her with that double team.
Yeah, but she's got to get her head up and look down the floor.
Yeah, she didn't see that coming. A little bit of a press right now. Pass down to the basket, now kind of loses it, retrieves it. Some pressure right now by the Senators. Pass goes inside, a little bit of a double team. You had a cutting Philly, but just too much on that pass. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to maintain your spacing. She was, as soon as somebody picks it up, they tend to vacuum to the ball. You got to maintain your spacing and trust that she's going to find you.
No basket yet in the first 2 minutes of this game. Klinger with it and gives it to Gracie Little. Little now with it, trying to drive inside, goes to the corner. Klinger in and out. That one rebounded by the Senators, but grabbed by the Phillies. A breakaway to the rim, up and in. We have our first points of the game, and it comes from the Kouts Phillies, 2-0.
Macy Sanders there with a breakaway layup.
And there's Gracie Little with a layup, and we're tied at 2. All we needed was somebody to score to start the offense. So quickly, 2-2. Here's the press by the Senators, and the Kouts has numbers. A drive to the basket. Oh, tried to make that extra pass off the foot of Klinger. It will stay with the Phillies.
But that's how you break it, with a diagonal pass, not with a dribble.
Yeah.
Somebody's open down the floor.
Could argue she didn't really have to make that pass, though, near the basket. Could have taken enough herself.
We had a good little line there, coming right at us. I thought she was going to take it.
Sanders passes it out. Pump fake. Kozlowski tries to go inside, and a foul going to be called on Washington Township. So the 5'8" junior will head to the line for 2 shots. A 2-2 tie here in the first period.
And that was a good drive. She did a good job of turning the corner and getting to the basket. Drawing contact, not avoiding the contact.
This is the first one. A couple substitutions for both teams. Looks like just one each.
Again, you're not going to see Kouts play a whole lot of full court unless they have to, toward the end of the game or end of a quarter.
Makes that second one, so the Phillies now have a 3-2 lead. Kozlowski able to go 1 of 2 from the line. Gracie Little now with the basketball. Little trying to find some room, hands it off. And another handoff. Klinger with the basketball. Make a little move to the right. And another handoff, a drive inside, and loses it. Fight for the ball. They're going to get a jump ball, and the arrow faces the Senators' way.
Yeah, again, it's a little dribble drive. They got 4 out, 1 in, but you're forcing penetration. Just be patient and take what they give you.
Actually, my apologies. I faces the Phillies' way, so it'll be Kouts basketball.
Full court man-to-man.
Yeah, they've been showing that all quarter.
Ball in the middle. There you go.
You can see they're really doing a good job of breaking that, finding wide open shots. There's one, no good. And that one's going to be pulled down by Olivia Gotts. So under 4 minutes to go here in the first period. 3 by Klinger. That one in and out. Can't go in. Secured by Kouts. It tipped out of bounds by the Senators. So you can tell that size might be playing in the head a little bit of the Senators. They really haven't tried to drive inside as much maybe as they would, but they're trying to rely on that 3 ball more.
Yeah, again, Jack, this is one of those trends of basketball, but I think I'm sounding like my dad, but the field goal percentages are down as she nails a 22-footer, but you look around, the shooting is not as good as it used to be. I mean, it's kind of just get it and shoot it right, as they make 2 in a row. So I should have said that a long time ago, but yeah.
Well, that was Gracie.
That's why I'm up here.
That was Gracie Little.
No longer on the sideline
for the Senators. So now the score is 6-5 with under 3 to go.
But both teams are shooting the ball from behind the 3 less than 30%.
Yeah. Almost a steal right there. A wide open lay-in, no good, but a foul. So a good job to keep the attack near the basket. That's Sophie Kozlowski on the shot. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. But in today's game, the first time we saw Kouts make a basket, right away the Senators make a basket.
Yeah.
And then we saw that 3 right away from Kouts. And then on the other end, the Senators make a 3 right away.
Right, that's a good answer.
Yeah. So she makes the first free throw. We'll have 1 substitution for both teams. So number 30, Olivia Miller, 5th in minutes for Kouts, checks in.
I take that back. Washington Township shooting 31% from the three-point line, but Kouts is 29% from the three-point line.
So Teglaski goes 1 of 2 from the line. Klinger with the basketball all the way across. A wing 3, up and off the back iron, rebounded by Gracie Little. Little trying to find her teammate. It's stolen by the Phillies, and on the breakaway. Up for the lay-in and in for 2. Nicely done. The defense by Kouts able to give them their largest lead of the game, 4. So Little.
That was Bella Berkey. She's a freshman. We've seen her this summer play, and we're really excited watching her, see how she develops.
It looks like we'll have a foul right there. I don't know if it's going to be, it might be 2 shots. That was a good drive right there.
It's on Nemeth maybe. She came down on her a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good drive by the freshman right there.
Yeah,
really,
good.
Sometimes I might get a little scared at the rim of contact or anything, but, she led with charge, and, she wasn't letting anything stop her. So we'll have 2 shots at the line for Washington Township. First one's up, and good. That one just rattles in. As we'll get a substitution for Kouts. I believe that's Macy Sanders checking back in. Score now 9-6. Kouts 3 team fouls. The Senators with 2. And that second one no good. Offensive rebound, no. Kouts had the ball. Oh, they're going to say it's Kouts basketball. Wow. That one looked like it might have been out on the Phillies, and now we're going to have a discussion with the officials. I believe they're going to
talk it over.
Switch the possession on this one. It was at first an offensive rebound for the Senators, then tipped out of bounds by the Phillies. And they're going to change the possession arrow. It's now going to be with Washington Township. Now, from the looks of that, you had one of the Kouts girls dive for the basketball and it go out of bounds. It kind of looked, pretty clearly that it was going to be the Senators basketball. Gracie Little passes the ball around, tries to go inside. A nice pass. It's up off the glass and in for 2. Able to get that one off. Brooklyn Campbell on the finish.
Yeah, nice job inside. Nice. She did a good job of finding out where she was at. She kind of caught it pretty deep under the basket.
Yeah, 9-8 the score is now with under 2 minutes. Kouts leads. So the Phillies passing the ball around.
4 out, 1 in again.
Drive it inside. Now a kick out to the top of the key. Pass inside. A little bit of a double team by the Senators. That ball is loose. Now it's handled by Teglaski. Can't hit that one. And there's Macy Sanders now. Mid-range 2. Near the free throw line. No good. That one is rebounded by Nicole Bung. And now there's Klinger. Kicks it across to the corner. There's Gracie Little for a 3. In and out. No good. They've had a couple of those in that quarter. And Gracie Little with the steal right to her point guard, Klinger. And off the back glass and in for 2. The first lead of the game for the Senators. 10-9 with under a minute to go. Numbers now for Kouts. A chance here to take the lead back. Up and no good. Ball on the ground. Secured by the Senators. Klinger now pushing the tempo up the court. Loses the basketball. They're going to call a blocking foul on Kouts. That will be their 4th team foul.
I think that was good effort by the defender, Berkey, but she just didn't get there. And the offensive player kind of looked like she pushed off a little bit. That was kind of, but the defender just didn't get to the spot.
Those are always, I think, as an official, so tough to call, especially how fast the game of basketball is today.
Yeah, toughest game. That's the toughest call in the game.
You never know if, the whole chicken wing, if they're extending their arm or their elbow, or, like you said, they didn't get there in time. You always got to judge it the way you see it. And obviously when you watch replays, it's like, oh, yeah, that should have been a foul or should have been called that way. Pass inside. I don't know if they're going to give it a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Senators under the basket with 30 seconds to go as Washington Township. They were trailing for the majority of this first quarter, but Claire Klinger too gave them their first lead at 10-9. Gracie Little now on the baseline, driving inside, trying to find some room. A pass to Klinger off the back and no good. Rebounded by Kouts. They can hold it for the last shot, but some pressure, and they're going to call a foul. So that'll be the 3rd team foul by the Senators. I believe they're going to tag that one on Claire Klinger. Looks like we'll get a substitution from the Senators. So that's going to be Brooklyn Campbell is going to be taken out of the game with 18 to go. And here's that press by the Senators. done a good job so far. Kouts has done a good job in exploiting it, but there's a steal right there by the Senators.
Yeah, she threw the ball where her teammate should have been, right in the middle. I don't know where she went. She's reaching again.
Well, 7 seconds ago, there's a foul. That's the 5th team foul here in the quarter on Gracie Little, so she's going to head to the line. And on the year, Gracie Little, like we said, she's been one of the better players on this team, averaging 13.6 points per game and 4.2 steals per game.
Right, but that's the foul, second foul on Ella Young.
Yeah.
Again, just both reach-in fouls. Now she's got to have to sit down and sit next to Coach a while.
Little hits the first one. Now the score is 11-9. And like I said, that's what you're going to hear us be talking about a lot. Their offense, they're going to run through Claire Klinger and Gracie Little. Brooklyn Campbell will get there occasionally as the second one's good just because she's got that size. But those two guards are really going to lead the charge. That's it's 12-9 now as 7 seconds ago, and there's a steal by the Senators, a chance for the last shot. Little for three on the wing. No good. That one still in play, but the buzzer goes off, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter in tonight's game. The Washington Township Senators, they lead 12-9 as we'll take a break here in our game night in the PCC as you're watching this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Set to get started here in the second quarter. A big thank you to everybody tuning in to tonight's action. Washington Township leads 12-9. A big thank you to Strack and Van Til for being our hometown scoreboard partner throughout the season, not just for basketball, but for football and wrestling. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery and curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. Stay tuned for the Homeland Farm halftime show, which will be coming up at halftime. Doug and I will recap the first half of what's been an exciting first quarter so far as the Kouts Phillies will start off with the ball here. Down by 3. They had the lead for the majority of that first quarter. So trying to regain that lead. Looks like we'll have a foul by the Senators to start off this quarter.
Yeah, she kind of pushed her from behind. She kind of tried to beat it to the spot, but she was a little late. So Olivia gets.
So Kouts will pass this ball out right near the Senators bench. Teglaski goes up top now. Macy Sanders to across to the corner. Teglaski back with it inside. That one almost ripped away all the way across. Good ball movement by the Phillies. Sanders up top, now to the wing. Now near the baseline, trying to find some room. Good job by the Senators defense, standing tall right now, not letting anything go inside. There's a pass near the free throw line. Ball is up for grabs. That's going to be a steal by the Senators, but the Phillies get it back. They're going to, I believe, I don't know if they call this a jump ball. Yeah, they're going to call it a jump ball, and that's going to favor the Senators' way.
I'm good.
Gracie Little now. I don't really know if her and Claire Klinger take any breaks the way they play for this team. They are just so crucial. There's a backdoor cut for Klinger on that baseline. Shot no good. Rebound secured by Kouts. On the move. Kicks it to the corner. Three-pointer is up. No good, but a rebound right there. Up and no good, and that rebound secured by the Senators. J.C. Jackson, the one with that rebound. Gracie Little now with the basketball driving inside, up, and that one's blocked. And here's on the move. Up, off the glass and in.
I love how she just kept going. No one stopped the ball, so why do I pick it up, right? Just go attack till someone stops you.
Defense chance now. Ring across the gym. There's a three-pointer and in and out. And another three-pointer that goes in and out for Washington Township. Kouts secures the rebound. Kicks it to the wing. Now go to the free throw line. Thought about the mid-range shot, but there's a steal right there. Nicole Banag on the steal.
You got to be strong with the basketball.
Yeah. Gracie Little now. She's been one of the main ball controllers.
So Kouts defense is standing up a little bit, not in the stance quite. You got people with their hands on their hips, making it too easy for Washington Township to set up. They need to pick up the ball pressure.
Yeah.
Washington Township going wherever they want to go right now. Little fatigue wall.
I can tell, yeah.
You see that?
Yeah,
It's like it's a little Thanksgiving turkey sitting there
there's
right
a nice pick and roll, but the two will not go away and rebound. Secured by the Phillies. There's a drive to the basket. That one's no good.
She's out of bounds.
But she was out of bounds. She was not able to touch that basketball. That was number 24, Bella Berkey, who is to score the basket in tonight's game. So Senators will take the basketball. They lead 12-11 with 5:17 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, there's like a little lull in the game right now, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's just, you got to pick up the pressure.
Well, we talked about it for Kouts. They do have two ladies out with injuries. So
Yeah.
although they do have great depth, I mean, two injuries, that still is going to create some fatigue for some of the other players.
Yeah. You guys are too young to be tired.
Klinger step back three, and that one is good. Nice move made by the junior guard to give the Senators a 4-point lead as it's 15-11. And we'll get a timeout here on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break, but you're watching Game Night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Back here out of timeout, Senators with their largest lead of the game. It's been a close one so far between both teams. I believe this is the largest lead for both teams, actually.
Yeah.
It's been pretty one possession throughout the night. Let's see what Kouts can do after the timeout called by the Senators. The kick out, wing, three. That's a good response right there. Macy Sanders. Nothing but nylon. 15-14 now.
I believe she's the daughter of assistant coach Susan Sanders, who used to coach it here at Kouts for a long time.
Okay. Three off the back iron. No good. That one's hit out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Senators.
So I think you just have to be good, right? If you're the coach's daughter.
You better be good. Yeah, you better be. There's a lot more pressure. I know that for
She's
sure.
got the keys to the gym,
especially
right?
if you're playing a key minutes like Macy Sanders does and how pivotal of a player she is for these Phillies.
Well, that's why they're excited about their future.
Absolutely.
They have so many young people.
Oh,
but
yeah.
she's their lone senior, or actually one of the three seniors.
Yeah.
But she's one of the kids that they're really counting on this year.
Klinger missed a shot, but an offensive rebound for the Senators keeps the possession alive. Klinger deep, three up top of the key, no good. And that rebound secured by the Senators. So another offensive rebound for Washington Township. Gracie Little now spin move, trying to find some room. Passes it outside. And Klinger now with it, drives inside, and some miscommunication right there as the pass sails out of bounds.
Keep that spacing.
Yeah.
They're getting closer and closer and closer. Use that three-point line as kind of a boundary, and stay behind the three-point line if you're a guard on the perimeter.
Yeah, a little too bunched up there to run some offense.
Yeah, they're getting a little cooped up.
So under 4 minutes, 1 point game. Kouts just had that big three by Macy Sanders. Up top of the key, Sanders now with it, kicks it to the wing for the lead, in and out, no good. Foul, and it looks like it's going to be a loose ball foul.
Wow.
I believe that's going to be on number 10, Sophia Tiglaski.
It was on the rebound. She kind of came from behind.
Sometimes those are just kind of hard. I mean,
it's two kids going for the ball.
Yeah. Just a reminder, Sentier Bank is the official studio for all the Region Sports shows, as you can view on Facebook, YouTube, and regionsports.com. So Klinger now up top of the key to Little. Little to the right side on the pick and roll. Oh, what a play. That goes to Brooklyn Campbell and in for 2.
Yeah, if you're Kouts, you got to have some help side defense come over. They got stuck kind of outside of the lane on the weak side, and you need to get in there and help with that pick and roll move.
That's how you run the pick and roll, though, in basketball. That was as good as it gets. So 17-14. Inside, floater will not go in. Rebound is secured by Olivia Gatz. Now Klinger with it. Passes inside to Campbell. That ball hit out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Senators. A good job. That was Sophia Teglaski from behind poking it out of bounds.
Yeah, she did a good job keeping that ball alive and just getting those deflections. You know, we've talked about that before. Not always getting a steal, but you're getting tips. You're getting deflections, messing up the rhythm.
So 17-14. Pass out of baseline. Now up to the key to Little. Little off that screen. Has some room for a 3. She's going to pass it instead. Gotts passes it up. Now Klinger with it. All the way across to Little. Little posting up a little bit, driving on that baseline. Kicks it to the corner, and that one is blocked. Nice play right there. I believe that's Ellie Nemeth.
Yeah. If you drive in baseline, Gracie Little keeps driving baseline and picking it up. You got to know what you're doing down there when you pick it up, or you're going to get stuck.
Ellie Nemeth, tallest player on the team, standing at 5'11". Klinger on that wing, off the screen. Passes it up top to Little. Inside to Campbell, and that one's blocked. Another one for Nemeth. And here come the Phillies, driving it down the court. Crossover, and there's a foul. A nice drive to the basket. And that will send Bella Berkey, the freshman, to the line. And you talked about it earlier. She had an aggressive drive earlier in the game for 2 points. Right there again.
She's quick. She drove around about 3 or 4 people, and she's very aggressive with the basketball.
First free throw in and out. So it's a 3-point game. The freshman standing at 5'4". She's 4th in minutes on the team.
Yeah, she's a strong kid. She's quick, and she's got good instincts, you know.
So the second one rattles in, 17-15. Klinger now driving inside, finds some room, gets the shot off, and they're going to call a foul. So she appears to be on her way for 2 shots.
I like the attack mode.
Yep.
When we were playing, our goal was first of all to shoot more or make more than the other team shot, and we wanted to shoot at least 20 free throws a game. So we wanted to attack the line, attack, get them in foul trouble.
She misses the first one off the back iron. And if you're Kouts, I think you're going to say, you know, if you want to drive inside, we'll make you earn those points.
Sure.
The second one is good, so 1 of 2 from the line. So 18-15 now. That's what I was always taught playing basketball, was if somebody's going to drive inside, make sure, you know, it's worth it. You know, make sure if they're going to get the points, it's worth it. Don't give them anything
That's
easy.
a Lake County mentality there, man. Jeez, get the Band-Aids
I might have a little bit, but
raise their elbows.
I was always taught that growing up.
You watched too much Detroit Pistons growing up.
I'm a Bulls fan. No way. And it looks like we'll have a timeout right here by the Phillies. There was some trouble brewing on that corner. Didn't want to get a violation as it's 18-15 with 1:53 to go. Let's take a 30-second break here for our game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Now out of that timeout, it'll be Phillies basketball down by 3 with 1:53 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a close game overall.
Jack, this is real quick. Just with that rule change that just happened, she picked it up and down in the corner. but they moved it all the way to the hash up there. Okay. That's a new rule this year in high school basketball.
There's a nice pass right out of timeout. Can't finish at the rim. Gets his own rebound. Tipped out of bounds, and it's going to go to Senator's way. It was a good opportunity right there for Ellie Nemeth to hit that too. It was a good design play out of that timeout. Just couldn't finish at the rim. So it'll be Washington Township basketball now. A basket here would give them their largest lead of the game.
Yeah, you're getting down to the end of the quarter, and it's this the first couple minutes of the quarter, the last couple minutes of the quarter. And we really emphasized those at that time to try to carry that momentum to the next half.
Little drives inside, just rolls out, rebounded by Campbell, and pulled away by the Senators. Another offensive rebound. Oh, nice fake right there by Klinger. Corner, Little, three, no good. Rebound by Campbell. That one is grabbed away, and it's going to be the Phillies basketball. Wow.
A lot of physicality in there, but like I said, Kouts is just so big. All they do is they just got to wall up. They're doing a good job of not coming down and swatting. They're just going straight up to the ceiling.
It was a battle right there between Ellie Nemeth and Brooklyn Campbell. A couple of block shots and offensive rebounds. So far, Nemeth won the battle on that possession. So under a minute to go. Kouts trying to tie this game or at least only be down one.
You got to keep that dribble off that ball screen. We talked about that with the guys' game.
Pass inside. Sanders is driving in. They did not see her on that. There she is, mid-range. Looks like that might have been blocked, and it was.
Yeah.
So Sanders' shot is blocked. She'll pass it out on the baseline.
Both teams only have 2 team fouls here in this quarter.
Cleaner quarter. Definitely this first half has had a good pace to it.
Right. As far as fouls go, they're still turning it over a lot.
Yep.
A lot of missed shots too, but they have time and they can. There you go.
Ball's on the ground and secured.
Another turnover.
Gracie Little now with it. Little's driving to her left, hands it off. That mid-range two, no good. Brooklyn Campbell with it. Mid-range two again for Washington Township, no good. And there's the rebound secured by Sanders on the drive. Underhand up and in. And there's a foul. Sanders an opportunity to complete the old-fashioned three-point play and tie this game.
Nice use of her weak hand there.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful play by her, managing through all that contact, keeping the dribble, and the underhand land beautifully done by Macy Sanders. First on the team in minutes. She's one of their leading scorers with 7 points a game, and this free throw could tie it. And no good, so it stands at a 1-point game, but an offensive rebound. Sanders three, and it's good! And Kouts takes the lead. Macy Sanders. And now under 10 seconds to go, 20-18, 4 seconds. Little with the basketball, drives to her left, drives to her right. She's going to have to throw it up as the buzzer rings. And that's going to be the end of the first half, but Macy Sanders taking over at the end and giving the Phillies the lead.
And she's playing like a senior's supposed to, right?
Absolutely.
She's doing a great job of stepping up and being a leader. And like I said, that last minute there, minute and a half, that was all Kouts. I mean, that's the momentum, and that's what it just swung as like a little 5-point swing there.
We'll take a break here in our game night in the PCC, but coming up, it's going to be the Homeland Halftime Show presented by Homeland Farm in Valparaiso. So do not go anywhere as you're watching this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our game night in the PCC where the Kouts Phillies lead the Washington Township Senators 20-18. I'm Jack Field alongside me, Doug Nelson. It's now time for the Homeland Farm halftime show brought to you by Homeland Farm in Valparaiso. It's been a good one so far, Doug. Really back and forth action for Kouts. They had majority to lead in the first quarter, and they're chilling for the majority of that second quarter. It was Macy Sanders, basically a 5-0 run for herself. She had a steal. She drove it to the basket, laid it in for two. She missed her free throw, got the rebound back, and was able to hit a three on top of the key and give the Phillies a 20-18 lead. You got to like the energy they're playing with so far, because you kind of tagged on it a little bit. It seemed like they're a little fatigued in that middle second quarter, but a great way to end that quarter.
Yeah, that's as we mentioned, it's the beginning of quarters and the end of quarters. You want to win that little stretch to carry momentum into the next quarter. But at the beginning of the quarter, they looked kind of like they were standing up and down on defense and not in the stance and not really working very hard. But Washington Township, on the other hand, they keep settling. They're just settling for the first shot they get, chucking up threes. I mean, they've made one or two, but they've got to be shooting about 15 to maybe 20% from that three-point line right now.
Yeah, for Washington Township, we can see the size is really playing into effect the way they want to play tonight, because that's something we mentioned in the pregame show was they do have a lot of size on the Senators team, and you know, every time they do drive in, if it's not Brooklyn Campbell, the shot's either getting blocked or they're losing control of the basketball. What do you think they need to do to have better success in the paint?
I think you got to be more decisive. You know, we talked about it. Gracie Little was driving in the paint, and then she'd pick it up and not know what she's doing with it. When you get in there, you got to know I'm going to shoot it, or I'm going to dump it, or I'm going to shoot it across court. But you can't go down there and pick it up and then make your decision. You know, when we were coaching, we would put a line there, and we used to call it the idiot line, because you had to be an idiot to go down there and pick it up. There's other words for the idiot too, but we didn't use those. But yeah, you've got to know where you're going with it when you go down by the baseline.
Oh yeah, that's one way to put it. But for the Senators, it's really only been 3 players scoring. It's been Gracie Little, it's been Claire Klinger, and Brooklyn Campbell. But for Kouts, what do you want to see from them? Because they have this 2-point lead. You know, things haven't gone their way. They're on a 4-game losing streak, but they're playing a lot better than they have recently. What do you want to see from them in the second half to really end that losing streak?
I think we've seen a lot of turnovers. We've seen a lot of missed shots. I think in girls, you need to value the ball.
Yeah.
Every time down the floor, and we talked about it a little bit on Friday at the boys' game. You know, give up a good shot to get a great shot.
Yeah.
You know, penetrate, kick. I'm open, but I'm not ready to shoot it yet. All right, so get it around, move it around a little bit more, and then eventually get a great shot, and then maybe get fouled and get to the basket. But be very patient with the basketball and make good decisions with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break here on our game night into PCC. The first half was really fun. This is shaping up to be a really fun finish. But you've been watching the Homeland Farm halftime show presented by Homeland Farm in Valparaiso. Thank you, Homeland Farm, for supporting PCC basketball on the Region Sports Network. As we'll be back, but you're watching us on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
About to get set here as that buzzer will ring as both teams in a huddle. I think this is going to be a really big quarter for both teams, just because I think Kouts has more of the momentum than Washington Township has. Seems like more things are going right for the Phillies, and if Kouts can really build something here in the third quarter where they finished off in that second quarter, they could really give themselves a larger lead. That makes it a little bit more comfortable going into that fourth quarter.
Sure, there's a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kouts had a couple kids in foul trouble. Ella Young had 2 fouls. She's just got to continue to play defense with her feet. They're really counting on her. She hasn't done much offensively yet.
It's going to be Kouts basketball coming out at halftime. Young with the basketball. A little bit of miscontrol. It's on the ground and loose. Taglaski now with it for the Phillies, driving to the lane.
They're going to call it clear out on the post player.
Yeah, it's a good player. That's a good call right there.
We saw that 100 feet away, right?
Yeah, the lane was a little too wide open there.
Bears could have used her last night.
Hey, they won. Give them a break. They won a game. So now the Senators a chance to tie or take the lead. Gracie Little with the basketball. Almost picked up her dribble. Will go to Brooklyn Campbell. Now passes it back up top. Klinger on that wing. Trying to find somewhere to go. Good job by this defensive Kouts. J.C. Jackson now with it. Up top to Klinger for the lead. No good. Off the back iron. And rebound secured by Taglaski. Someone wide open, but you could say that's a smart foul by Washington Township.
Right, but again, that's the same shot we've been talking about. They're going to give up that 20. It's like a 22, 23-foot shot.
Yeah.
And it's just not a high percentage shot right now for Washington Township.
Klinger only 1-3 made of the game so far. So Sanders now with the basketball. Macy Sanders, she's been the bright spot for the Phillies tonight. She scored the last 5 points for Kouts. Looks like we'll get a foul right here by the Senators. A little bit of a push off. I believe that's, if I'm correct, number 10 or number 11, Maddie Winchip. So,
I was very guard happy. I like to shoot the three, and I was all about all right, shoot until you get hot, and then you keep shooting while you are hot.
And there's an offensive foul right there.
Yeah, she just pushed off, but it's just right now, I think you got to get in the flow of things and attack the rim and maybe get somebody in foul trouble.
That's what they call the chicken wing right there. You kind of extend that arm a little bit too long, as that's Ella Young who will be charged with that one. So Gracie Little now on the wing. Klinger with it up top, trying to run some motion offense, hands it off to Little. Somebody open. Cut to the basket. Little secures it. Double team now on that corner, trying to find some room. Charges down the baseline, did not step out of bounds. Brooklyn Campbell, the Klinger up top, and there's a pump fake, but like you said, the travel, and that one will go the other way.
You see Little went back down to the baseline again. Mm-hmm. She just loves that area, and then she goes down there not knowing what she's going to do with it when she picks it up.
I think it's a little hard from my perspective just because you're giving it to Brooklyn Campbell, who is pretty good around the paint, but when you give her the basketball, you're having 2-3 girls around her because of how bunched up they are.
You got to see the help side. You got to help the helper and see what's going on the backside as well.
And there's a steal by Klinger, driving down on the basket, pushes off, no basket, offensive foul.
She did. She initiated the contact. She lowered her shoulder and pushed off. That's a good call there by Zach Sewell.
Yeah, there's some of those that you can easily tell, and right there you saw her lower her shoulder and extend the arm a little bit outside on that attempt for a lay-in. So 5 early fouls overall as there's 6:21 to go. 3 on Washington Township, 2 on Kouts. Go behind the back by Young. Nice move. Inside, off, and in.
And that's a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, right. Very beautiful play right there. That was Ella Young to Ellie Nemeth. There's a 3-pointer, and that one's good. Gracie Little with a huge response.
Again, it's a shoot, right? I mean,
that's right.
I mean, it's hard. It's the you're darned if you do, and you're darned if you don't.
Teglaski open for the mid-range 2. That one's no good. Nemeth with the rebound, can't put it up, and that one is going to be out of bounds. Wow. I believe that's going to go with the Senators, I think. Actually, we're going to get a foul.
Foul on Kouts.
Yeah, I believe that was Teglaski. They're going to call an off, or a loose ball foul on that rebound. Looks like she pushed the other girl from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Some pressure there. So now both teams with 3 team fouls early here in the third quarter.
As clean as it was in the second quarter with fouls, it sure has gotten.
So Teglaski comes out of the game. So Elizabeth Van Clay, the 6-footer, checks in the game. So now Kouts kind of has some size. They have somebody 6 foot and somebody 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
So they got size down low in that paint.
Moving screen.
And moving screen. That's going to be on Brooklyn Campbell.
It's discipline. It's self-inflicted stuff there. A little sloppy.
Dirty basketball right now in terms of just sloppiness.
Yeah.
That's 4 team fouls already by Washington Township.
If you were just clean with the basketball and efficient with your shots and with your energy, you would be up 6 or 8 points right now.
Young,
either team.
Yep, Young with it, driving inside, kicks it to the mid-range area. Now back up to Young. Young driving on that right side, steps and can't hit that layup. Rebound secured by the Senators. And now Gracie Little with the basketball. Little moves to her right. Hands it off to her point guard Klinger, who now goes to Campbell and in for 2.
Nice shot, nice pass.
And the Senators take the lead, 23-22.
Nice finish there.
5-0 run for Washington Township. Macy Sanders now with it. Sanders up top. Young all the way across. That ball hit out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Phillies. So it looks like, I believe, Sanders might pass this ball out of bounds. 23-22, 4:47 to go here in the third period. 7 total fouls by both teams here in this third quarter. Inside, and Van Clay, that one's ripped away by Campbell, and there's a travel by Klinger. Didn't know what to do with it. She wanted to dribble. Did she want to pass? She got caught up there.
There's just way too many turnovers here for both teams.
Yeah.
You got Washington Township comes in averaging about 18 turnovers a game.
And there's a ball for grabs, and it's going to be a jump ball. That's going to go the Senators' way.
Kouts is averaging about 25 turnovers a game.
You gotta be more careful with the basketball and take care of it better. And
you're giving up. So if you turn it over 25 times, you're giving up 50 points, Zach.
Yeah.
Tuesday night math test.
Essentially. Klinger, that one will rattle in, and just like that, it's a 3-point lead for Washington Township. 7-0 run for the Senators. Young now, driving inside, kicks it back out. Sanders with it to her left. Loses it, has to go back to Young. Young drives to the right, driving inside, able to find some room, and that one will roll in. 25-24.
Yeah, I really like her game if she can stay out of foul trouble. She gets to the rim.
Wide open 3 for Klinger. No good. Offensive rebound right there. That's Gracie Little near that baseline. Could be some trouble, but there's the mid-range 2. Doesn't catch the rim, but there's Little on the rebound. Tries to force up a shot. That one's no good. Young with the steal, and it's going to be off of Young and stay with the Senators. Good heads-up defense right there by Gracie Little to tip that one and hit it off of Young.
Right, but how is that a good shot? The shot, you know what I mean? A fall away thing. You got to value and get good shots here.
Klinger right there. That one looks like she got fouled from behind. Had a wide open lane, but absorbed some contact, so she'll go to the line for 2 shots. Now both teams with 4 team fouls. So
and that's a better shot, though. I mean, they're going to the rim, strong to the rim, right? There's a difference between that and a fadeaway, one-legged thing.
As that first free throw is good. You ever see the clip by Patrick Ewing when he used to coach for the Georgetown Hoyas where he was screaming at one of his players for shooting a one-legged step-back 3? I don't know if you ever saw that clip.
I've never seen
it. Was a couple of years ago. They were playing the DePaul Blue Demons, which is weird. I went to DePaul, and I'm a fan of the Georgetown Hoyas, but the guy shot a one-legged they did, you know how they do like the inside huddle or the timeout?
Yeah, I love those.
They mic'd Patrick Ewing up, and he said, "What are you doing shooting a one-legged step back? Do you practice that shot?"
Yeah.
And it became a kind of a viral thing just because people use it as a joke. And that's kind of what it reminded me as. But 27-24, the Senators lead. And there's a steal. Actually looks like, we're going to get a foul, I believe.
Who's that? They calling the reach-in?
I believe there might have been a reach-in on there on the Senators, and it looks to be the case. That is 5 team fouls.
That way.
Yep. So looks like, I believe, that's going to be Ella Young shoot 2 free throws, and now they get to shoot free throws. I guess both teams now get to shoot both free throws for the whole quarter. So this is where the tempo might slow down a little bit with the foul trouble for both teams.
And you start to, maybe this is where you start testing the depth of the team with foul trouble.
Young, this is the first one off the back iron. I'm glad Zach, our producer, got that joke I was talking about, the whole Patrick Ewing thing. You had no idea about it, so I thought I was only talking to myself there, but I saw Zach nodding his head a little bit as Young hits the second free throw, so 1 of 2 from the line, 27-25. You got to give credit to Kouts, although they seem maybe the underdogs in terms of record because they're 2-4 and Washington Township's 4-2. They've made this at least a one-possession game whenever they trail.
I've been impressed with their effort, and they're making it close. The big guys are really banging inside, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost a travel right there. Klinger with the basketball, drives to her right. Some contact, and she's going to get the foul. They're going to tag Olivia Miller for Kouts. And now Klinger goes to the line for 2 free throws. So now both teams with 5 team fouls, 3:02 to go here in the third period. So Klinger, she's shot a lot of threes, but she's also been at the free throw line plenty of times tonight. As the first free throw, nothing but net.
But I like that shot selection.
Absolutely.
She was more aggressive, getting to the line, attacking, getting to the rim. And again, like we said at halftime, you got to just put the pressure on the defense.
It does seem when Washington Township has the second free throw is good. When they drive in with more of an aggressive nature, they get the foul. Sometimes they drive in and they try to pass it up. But with a drive like that, there's an aggressive nature.
It's more decisive, too.
Exactly. That's helped them more in tonight's game. 29-25. Namath passes it out. Inside to Van Clay. Oh, what a pass, but can't finish at the rim. Almost got her own rebound, but tipped out of bounds from behind. It will stay with Kouts.
You got to finish those.
Yeah.
You work so hard to get that shot, you know.
Van Clay, the 6-foot freshman, had a chance to finish there. So Macy Sanders will pass the ball out. Almost 5 seconds. Just got that off in time. Drive inside. That one's blocked. That was Klinger who blocked that one. It's going to stay with Kouts.
Good hands by the Lady Senators.
That pass to the corner. Young now with it on the wing. Drives to her right. Oh, has some trouble, but able to bounce that one in. Looked like she was going in no man's land, but found some room to get that shot off. Now down by 2.
Thought she might have shuffled her feet a little bit, but it's another aggressive move.
There's another aggressive drive. That time that was by little. There's the 2. No good. That rebound secured. Ball's on the ground, and it's secured by the Senators. And it looks like we're going to get a jump ball. That's going to go Kouts' way. We'll give credit to Washington Township. They do not let anyone from Kouts get a rebound.
Yeah,
you got to fight.
Clean.
You have to fight for a rebound.
Yeah.
Even the easiest rebound you could think of, there's somebody coming from behind.
Right. Well, that's why we made it get a rebound. Get it up here and get it strong. You talked about Patrick Ewing. He had some razor elbows, didn't he?
He had more than razor elbows.
Yeah, he was
some of the guys.
he was knocking out teeth, but you got to clear out a little bit and get your outlet pass out.
I was going to say, I don't know how many guys' his teeth and bloody noses are on his elbows.
Those the old Big East days, right?
Yeah, man, the New York Knicks. Can't forget about those days. So Kouts down by 2 with the basketball under 2 minutes ago. Young with the basketball. She's been a bright spot in this third quarter was Macy Sanders as she loses the basketball, and Young almost lost her footing, but numbers right now for the Senators. Gracie Little has the 3.
She fouled.
She's going to get fouled by Young. Young was coming from behind after losing the basketball. Tried to defer the shot, but hit part a little on that delivery, so it's going to be 3 free throws for Gracie Little at the line, the 5'7" junior. Chance to extend the lead.
You could almost see that coming.
Yeah.
Young lost the ball down on the other end, and then coming back, she was bound and determined to get a piece of somebody, and she did. She got a piece of the shooter.
I feel like it's more common for someone to get fouled in that position. You're running with all your momentum towards a shooter. As Little missed the first free throw, that second free throw is good. So we'll get some substitutions now for both teams. Looks like Brooklyn Campbell will check back in for the Senators. Van Clay, and I believe also that is Alyssa Twett for Kouts. Tweet. And that one is good. So Little goes 2 of 3 from the line. 31-27 game now with under 2 minutes ago here in the third period. Nice crossover move. Almost lost the basketball. Quick shot, mid-range, no good. And there's going to be a foul right there. A good box out.
Yep, good fundamental box out.
And that, I believe, is going to be 2 shots at the line. So that's kind of where that helps you. That aggressive nature by the Senators, especially on, those types of plays. If you're able to box out properly, you have that opportunity to go to the line as that first free throw just bounces out. The rim not too kind to the Phillies. So she'll try to make at least one, get a point out of this possession. And can't, rolls out. So
Kouts is shooting 49% this year from the free throw line.
Will make a coach's hair go gray. There's a 3 from the corner.
Or disappear.
That one secured. Another offensive rebound by the Senators. Gracie Little for 3. No good. And another offensive rebound for the Senators. Another 3.
He traveled.
And a travel. Good call right there. That was number 4, Nicole Banag.
Yeah, Banag, I like how she's aggressive. She makes things happen on the defensive end.
Is that why majority of the coaches are bald or have gray hair, just because of their free throw percentages, would you say?
That's one area of concern for the coaches.
So under a minute now. It's been a good game so far by both sides, 31-27. That ball tipped. It's going to be just secured by Kouts, and now a little bit of a trap. Nowhere to go, and they're going to call a timeout right here by the Kouts. So in some trouble with 40.8 seconds to go. We'll stay right here, 31-27. What do you want to see from Kouts here? Do you want them maybe to hold the ball for the last shot, or do you want them to have an aggressive possession and try to get some points early?
I think you got to be aggressive and continue to try to get to the free throw line. The free throws eventually, with volume, will fall.
Absolutely.
When it takes time. But again, that also will keep pressure on the Washington Township defense to try. Are they going to foul, or are they going to have to move their feet a little bit? But I would be aggressive and take the best shot right away that you can get. I would not try to hold the ball for 48 seconds.
Before our viewers will be live from Portage High School tomorrow night for takedown time in the region, a wrestling meet between the Chesterton Trojans and the Portage Indians. This live stream will begin at 7 p.m., so if you're anybody interested, some wrestling going on. And then we'll have a doubleheader. Game night in the PCC doubleheader Friday night between Boone Grove at Washington Township. It'll be these ladies playing at 5:30, and it'll be the men's playing at 7. So
that's the old PCC doubleheader.
Yeah, we got a doubleheader for all our fans here at Region Sports Network. So 40 seconds to go. Let's see what they do out of that timeout. Ooh, close to the line.
Washington Township might be in a zone right here.
Yeah, but they're pressing right now, right there. And there's a jump ball. Some extracurricular activities at the end. Everybody seems to be okay. That arrow's pointing towards the Senators' way.
Yeah.
And they can hold this for a last shot.
Yeah, good defense there by good decision there by Coach Godbolt to change it up. After a timeout, after a dead ball, you want to switch it a little bit.
Klinger now with it, driving inside, and there's a foul right away. They're going to tag Elizabeth Van Clay on that one. Klinger, she just drove right into her, and if you're Van Clay, you're 6 foot, you probably just got to stand up tall and get your hands up.
You got to just wall up. I think Coach Godbolt did want the last shot there. He was telling his girls, but then turned to his assistant coach right after she got fouled. Like, okay, what do we know? Right?
So that one's good. You ever see? I'm gonna test some of your knowledge again. You ever see the movie Rebound with Martin Lawrence in it? Martin Lawrence. You ever hear of him, the actor?
I know who it is. You messed up his name about 17 times, but I've never seen that movie. No.
Well, that one's good. 33-27. It's a movie, but his team had trouble keeping their arms up, so he put Icy Hot in their armpits.
Oh boy. I like that idea.
So 33-27, and there's a shot at the rim and in for two. Quickly done by Kouts. 33-29, 20 seconds to go. Brooklyn Campbell now with it, and there's a travel. So Kouts with an opportunity for the last shot. You got to like how that last play went for them. They charged at the basket right away, really pushed up the tempo. A chance here for that last shot. They're down by 4. A basket here would make it a one-possession game. They were leading at halftime, 20-18. There's a drive inside, kicks it to Sanders at the corner. No good. Rebound by Kouts, still at the basketball on the baseline, hit out of bounds, so it will stay with the Phillies. 3.6 seconds to go. Where are you going with this basketball here?
You try to find Sanders. She's been your hot hand. You don't have much time. Or you got Berkey. She can catch it and maybe attack the rim.
Sanders is passing the ball out of the baseline.
Play. Here it is. Right there. Oh, she's open.
Oh, got to go up top. Wide open. That one's for 3. No good. Campbell with the rebound, and that will do it here in the third quarter. The Senators lead 33-29. The fourth quarter is going to be an exciting one for our game night in the PCC. Stay tuned as you're watching this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Back here for our game night in the PCC. Thank you for everybody for making us a part of your Tuesday night. I'm Jack Field, alongside me Doug Nelson, Zach Miller producing, and Zach Zanelli on camera. 33-29, Washington Township leads. So for Kouts, you're down by 4. What are you trying to do in this quarter to win the ball game?
I think the first couple minutes here are very important. They're down by 4, 2 possessions, and they get the ball here. Just get a good shot and keep attacking. But there's a long way to go, and there's a lot to yet to be determined yet here.
For Washington Township, you're up by 4. What are you trying to see from them to secure this victory?
I would love to see them attack the rim. Don't fall in love with a three-point shot. Again, value the ball, value good shots, and keep attacking the rim.
There you go. Kouts with the basketball to start off this fourth quarter. They were up at half, 20-18, now trailing. Nice pass inside and blocked. That one with the Senators now. Klinger hands it off to her teammate. Driving inside, wide open lane and finishes. Wow.
The Kouts help side defense didn't even know where she was at.
That was Klinger right there, their best player. No one paying attention to her, able to hit that basket. Now Washington Township with one of their largest leads of the night, 6.
Yeah, you got to be aware of where the ball is at all times.
Sanders drives inside, kicks it to Lasky up top. Oh, big time three made by Sophia Teglaski. That's what you needed if you were the Phillies, 35-23. Klinger now driving inside, open lane off the glass and in.
Yeah, I like that shot, right? It's aggressive, it's going to the rim, and the Kouts defense got to decide, are we going to foul or are we going to try to keep her in front of us?
Back-to-back possessions where Klinger drove inside and had a pretty easy lay-in. There's one for Kouts, and that one's blocked. That's Gracie Little with the basketball, now pushing the tempo down the court. Finds somebody near that baseline, now back to Little. Thought about the mid-range too, now drives inside. Back outside. Finds Campbell inside, open lane, and that one off the glass. So right away, Washington Township has 3 baskets here in the fourth, all inside the paint.
Yeah.
And that's going to cause for a timeout by Kouts as they trail by 7 with 6:27 to go. We'll take a 30-second break here for our game night into PCC as you're watching us on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Back here in our game night in the PCC, a big thank you to everybody tuning in as Washington Township leads 39-32. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. We'll name our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, and we'll do our Proud Union Home Play of the game presented by IKOR CC. But the Senators, they have had a hot start to this fourth quarter. 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field, all have been inside the paint. Kouts called a quick timeout as now they trail by 7, which is their largest deficit of the night. They had a huge 3 by Sophia Teglaski. They made it a 3-point game, but since then, Senators have really done a good job driving inside.
Yeah, they're being aggressive, getting the ball in the paint.
Oh, deep 3, no good. And rebounded by Senators.
I don't think it's time for that yet.
Yeah. Pushing the tempo down the court. We've seen Washington Township really focus on driving inside this quarter. So Gracie Little now off the screen of Campbell. Goes to the wing, now to the corner. Inside to Campbell, tipped. Oh, it goes right to the Senators. Klinger, mid-range 2, it's up and no good. Rebound by Teglaski. It's going to be a loose ball foul by the Senators. It's going to go Kouts' way. Everybody seems to be okay from that little skirmish right there. But it is going to be Kouts basketball, a foul by Washington Township as we'll get a substitution. We'll get 2 of them actually made by Washington Township.
She's got 4 fouls.
Yep. I don't believe we've seen Gracie Little or Claire Klinger taken out tonight by Washington Township. I believe they've played the whole game so far.
Yeah, those guys played a lot of basketball together.
Yep. There's Teglaski driving inside. Good defense right there. Trying to find some room. Got Young up top. She missed her last shot. Sanders now on that corner. Kicks it to her left. Driving inside. That floater is up. No good. Klinger on the rebound. Driving down that side of the court.
Got to stop the ball.
Up top. That's Gracie Little for 3. And it's good. Big time shot. Gracie Little. Nothing but nylon. 41-32. And Washington Township is kind of creating a little bit of some room for them here in this fourth quarter. Now Young driving to her left. Teglaski now with it up top, driving to her right, almost loses it. Now in the corner. Young with it on the wing, deep 3. That one is up and no good off the back iron. Rebound secured by the Senators. Tempo being pushed down the court. Drive it inside. That one blocked from behind. Looked like Sanders got a hand on it. It will stay with the Senators, but they have their largest lead at 9 with 4:43.
Yeah, you just got to start putting together some stops and some scores, right? It starts with the stop right here. But you don't need to start chucking up threes. You got a long way to go. But they've kind of fallen in love with the three and kind of forgot what got them in the ball game for most of it so far.
Elizabeth Van Clay checks in for Kouts. Klinger now with it. Deep three, in and out. Van Clay secures the rebound. Finds Sanders. Sanders now goes to Skulaski, who drives inside, and they're going to get a foul right there from behind. Looks like they're going to charge Klinger with that one, I believe. That's the second team foul in this fourth quarter, and Skulaski goes to the line for 2 shots, and here's where the free throws really come crucial. You said they're not really great at shooting the free throw this year. Now, these are the kind of points you need if you want to come back.
You have to take advantage of this with the clock stopped. Yeah.
And the first one is no good.
This is how it's going to have to happen if they want a shot at this.
Kouts 9-1 in their last 10 games against Washington Township. And 0 for 2 from the line. Banag with the rebound right there for the Senators. Little now with the basketball. Little kicks it. Klinger with it on the baseline as she traveled.
Yep, you got to be able to be in position to attack if that's what you want to do. She did a little Fred Flintstone, a little running start.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of maybe forced shots and turnovers by the Senators, but the Phillies just have had trouble, taking advantage of these opportunities they're given.
Yeah, they got to stack some good possessions together.
Sanders, mid-range 2, no good. Rebound by the Senators, and a steal right there by Sanders off the glass and can't finish. I believe Teglaski with the rebound, no good, but the foul under the basket. Sanders had a wide open layup, but might have thought about it a little too much, but a good job by Sophia Teglaski to stay near the rim, secure the rebound, and draw the foul.
It might be a good idea if they can convert on the second free throw, maybe to pick something up full court. I know the Washington Township guards are good and they can handle the ball, but if you're Kouts, you got to try to create more possessions, and sometimes the good offense comes from a good defense.
Teglaski makes the first one. So after going 0 for 2 on her previous trip this quarter, able to hit the first one. And rattles in the second one. And a timeout right here by Kouts as they trail by 7 with 3:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout here as well as you're watching Game Night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
41-34, Washington Township leads as we're getting near the end. Well, it's been one great game. Kouts trying to make that comeback. 2 free throws made by Teglaski. And a quick timeout by Kouts. What do you think they're discussing right now?
Again, if it's me, I'm going to try to pick up full court, maybe half court. You have 0 team fouls. You can stand to be very aggressive right here and go for some extra possessions and try to get a trap and then back up and play defense. But you got a long way to go, and it's only a 3-possession game.
And there's the press right there. You mentioned fouls. I mean, the Senators have 3 of them. So Kouts is not too far away from that bonus. Klinger with it off of her foot, and just like that, a turnover.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's Kouts basketball.
What do you have to lose? And you're just getting extra possessions, really,
although every time it doesn't work, you're making whoever has the basketball make a play.
You're making them speed up a little bit.
Yeah, you're making them speed up how they would, because if they don't press, I bet you they take their time, they jog up the court, but that time they had to speed it up.
Sure.
Sanders now to Teglaski. Back up top. Young now with it. Young drives to her right, hands it off to Sanders. Sanders pump fake. Young now in the corner. Young, 3 on the wing, no good. Rebound by Tiklasky, and she's fouled. Man, she has been huge.
What a monster,
in this quarter, under the basket, keeping possessions alive and drawing fouls. She's now going to be shooting her 5th and 6th free throws of the quarter. She was 0 for 2 in that first appearance, and then her last one, 2 of 2.
Well, it puts the emphasis on the make of the second free throw, so you can set up your press.
Yeah.
But something that we used to work on all the time was setting up a press on a miss.
Yeah, okay.
Because a lot of people think, they missed it, so we're not going to be in a press.
Yeah.
We're still going to stay up in it and get a trap in and get set up.
She missed the first free throw. Brooklyn Campbell comes back in for Senators, and second one goes in, so now only a 6-point game. It's a 3-0 run by the Phillies. Gracie Little now with it up top. Little kind of taking their time now, letting the offense develop a bit here.
Sure, they can spread it out a little bit.
Sanders is on Little.
But you don't want to totally take your foot off the gas here, though.
Tiklasky has been on the ball handler for the majority of the time in the second half. They kind of switch a little bit here. But for the Senators, this is what you can do, basically.
But you're also getting closer and closer to that half-court line. It's another defender. You want to keep attacking here if you're Washington Township.
Absolutely.
We would say just go get a wide open layup, but you want to still attack.
Little now still with it near that line, like you mentioned, and there you go.
Yeah.
Ball's up for grabs, and it's stolen by the Phillies. Young wing 3, and it's good. Big time shot.
Yeah, it's way too early to pull the ball out. You want to keep attacking if you're Washington Township.
And just like that, it's a one-possession game. Big time make by Ella Young.
There you go.
Offensive foul, the hook.
She hooked her with the offhand.
And Kouts a chance to tie the game, but we have been seeing that a lot, not just in high school, but college and the NBA. Officials have been instructed to really make sure players aren't doing that hook anymore.
Yeah, you gotta.
And I mean, obviously it's not the NBA, but in the NBA they call that a flagrant sometimes.
Sure.
So
they'll go to the video.
Yeah. 41-38. Kouts. A 6-0 run for them. Young thought about it. Travels.
Slow down.
Oh, she knew that pump fake was going to sell, but it's almost like in football when a receiver just looks up because of how much green grass is in front of him and they drop the football.
It's hard sometimes for a guard to catch it and attack the same way you caught it. It's easier to sweep and attack the other way, away from the defender. Another thing that's going to happen, I think Kouts has got to be ultra aggressive on defense because it's going to hurt not having any team fouls here if they have to foul down the road.
Shot is blocked, still with the Senators. That's Little on that baseline, still driving inside. The floater off the back iron, no good. Then Tiklasky with the rebound. Young now with it, and another travel. So 2 turnovers in a row by the Phillies, both traveling by Ella Young. Important to remember that the possession arrow is facing the Senators' way as well. It was almost a jump ball there.
I thought it might be. I don't know if she actually had possession of it to travel or have a jump ball.
Still a 3-point game.
If you're Kouts, you got to come up here and trap. Again, if nothing else, to get the defensive foul.
There's some contact, and it's going to be a blocking foul. That's going to be on Tiklasky.
That's okay.
A lot of contact. That's only the first team foul, and they're going to have to start fouling sooner rather than later, and that's a 50-50 call that could have went anyone's way.
Yeah, but that's 4 fouls on her, and again, like we talked about, this is going to start challenging the depth of both teams.
They do have a 6-footer Elizabeth Van Clay on the bench, so might have to go there. Actually, no, she's on the court right now. My apologies.
5 seconds.
And it looks like we might have another foul. I believe that's going to, not sure who they're going to tag. They're
going to give that to Berkey.
Okay, they're going to give that to Berkey. So that's the second team foul with 1:57 to go.
They're going to go, Washington Township's coming in with more guards. So they can handle the ball. But again, you want to continue to attack. You don't want to hang out by that half-court line.
They're near that line right now. Driving inside. Pass to Campbell. Foul! Nope, a travel. It would have been a 2. Nevertheless, it's a turnover. And once again, here's Kouts with a chance to tie the game. They've had a lot of opportunities in this fourth quarter.
They don't need the 3 yet, though.
No, they don't. They're on currently a 6-0 run so far. 3 free throws and a 3 by Young. Shot is up, no good. Kind of ill-advised, was looking for a foul possibly. Numbers for the Senators. Up top the Little. Might have to start fouling here.
Yeah, you're going to find out who does not have.
Driving inside. Fingers right there. Just can't finish. Campbell rebound. It's up. There's a foul.
That's a great rebound by Campbell.
Yeah. So she's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Big 2 free throws coming out for the Senators. 3rd team foul. And I guess this is kind of what I was saying earlier. If you're going to have somebody drive in, make sure they earn those points.
Yeah.
First free throw by Campbell.
The percentage of both of these guys shooting is below, 50-60%. So right here, if you're Kouts, you got to block out, expect a miss, and push the ball, maybe push the ball down the floor.
So Ellie Nemeth comes back in for Elizabeth Van Clay. A free throw would make this a 2-possession game.
Campbell shooting 60% on the line.
And she makes the second one. So 1 of 2 from the line, 42-38. 1:03 to go here in the 4th. Let's take a 30-second break for which will be an exhilarating finish to this one as it's game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Back here, just about a minute left in the 4th quarter. Thank you for everybody tuning in to tonight's action. The Senators lead the Phillies 42-38. Both teams emerging from their timeout. For Washington Township, they had a 9-point lead at the beginning of this 4th quarter, and what was a 6-0 run by the Phillies have made this a close one. We're just coming back. Brooke Campbell, one of 2 from the line, which made this a 4-point game. And in a way, it is still a 1-possession game if you get the elusive.
Well, it's a stop and a score.
Yeah, but if you get the elusive 4-point play, it's always a possibility as Sanders goes to Teglaski inside, kind of double team. It's up. Oh, they're going to call a foul right there on the shot.
Well, that Coach Godbolt's not real pleased with that call, but
that's going to send Teglaski to the line. She's been shooting all the free throws here in the 4th quarter. I believe, if my math is correct, she's 3 of 6 so far.
Yeah, these are big ones.
Yeah.
You want to at least make one.
Absolutely. Try to even up what Campbell did on the other end, but misses the first one. Substitution right now for the Senators. Yeah, I think it's important to at least make one, make it still a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and set up your defense at this point.
Now with under a minute to go, 54 seconds left on the clock.
And Bruneg comes in as more guard support.
So 3-point game now. Here's a little bit of a press.
Ooh.
Right away, it's out of bounds on Kouts. You had Ellie Namath charge up to whoever was passing the ball and kind of just kicked it out of bounds. But here's the press right now by Kouts. Fans getting behind them, trying to find some room, able to find the outlet pass. Oh, beautifully done. A lane wide open for Campbell. That's off the glass and in for 2.
Great job. Great look there by Klinger, and great finish by Campbell.
Teglaski now hands it off. 5-point game. Young, deep 3, no good. Rebound secured by the Senators. Ball is tipped. And she's right on that out-of-bounds marker. It looks like they give them a timeout.
I think so.
That was Gracie Little. A good job by her. She was stuck in no man's land. She was really in a lot of trouble. Heads-up awareness by her to call that timeout. We'll stay here with 29 seconds to go. Washington Township leads 44-39. And it looks like for the Phillies, it's going to just basically try to steal the ball off the press. And if they can't, you got to foul them.
You can foul right away. Get a trap like you mentioned.
They still need 2 more fouls.
Right, they still have 1 foul to give. So try to get a trap, try to deny. But again, if you're losing in a game like this, you want to try to drag it on as long as you can. Send them to the line with the 2 shots, which with the new rule change, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, because I really like the 1-and-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That put pressure. How many of the free throw situations they wouldn't have got the second shot?
That is
right?
true.
I don't. Yeah, but oh well. But it just really changes your strategy a little bit.
No, it really does.
And then as an official, you're like, we're going to be here all night because everything's double bonus. And
so 29.7 seconds to be exact left on the clock. There's the pass. It's caught, and so far going so well. Now they got a foul right here.
Let's get a trap.
And they're just going to pass it
now
around.
Foul.
Try to avoid that foul. Gracie Little with it.
You got to make sure you're going for the ball.
So 17.5 left. Still one more foul needed, as it's a 5-point game. So still 2 possessions. I think once it gets to that 3-possession marker, that's kind of the nail in the coffin, possibly.
And she just fouled out.
Yeah, that's Young. She's their leading scorer with 8.3 points per game.
She's really a volume kid. She shoots it a lot.
She made a big-time shot earlier in this 4th period. Almost an errant pass.
It
is an errant pass. And secured by Kouts. A chance here. They got to go quickly. Under 10 seconds to go. Off the foot. And it's going to be a foul.
Called a foul on the
ground. They're going to call it on Kouts. Probably, looks like a loose ball foul. So that's going to send Washington Township to the line, I believe. That's going to be Nicole Banag at the line. And with 8.2 seconds and 2 free throws for the Senators, that might just do it.
Wasn't the Kouts girl on the ground?
I don't know if maybe she pushed or tried to grab a body part. I'm not 100% sure. It was a bang-bang play. Here's the first free throw, and rattles in.
It looked like the Kouts girl was on the ground, and he called it on the Kouts girl for pushing.
I'm not 100% sure on that one. It looked like there was contact on both sides.
Yeah, let him play. There's 8 seconds left. My goodness.
Second free throw. That one off the front iron, no good. Sanders.
Oh, I got a shoe. We got a flat tire.
With 3 seconds to go, off the glass, no good. Rebound secure. That one, no good. And that's going to do it. So the Washington Township Senators will come out with a victory, improve their record to 5-2, while the Kouts Phillies are now going to be 2-5. Now let's move to our RSN Award winners. First will be our Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Doug, who do you got for this one?
I like the Washington Township Junior, number 3, Claire Klinger. I thought she did a great job of controlling the ball, dispersing the ball, scoring when that option was there. But she did a great job of feeding Campbell and seeing up the floor while a lot of the other girls were dribbling quite a bit. So Claire is our our super.
Our Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Big congratulations to Claire Klinger. Crowd Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the business professionals. Now time to name the blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Who do we got for this one, Doug?
You know, in a game like this, it could have went a lot of different ways, but we're going to go with number 10 from Kouts, the Sophia Tukowski.
Yeah.
The junior, 5'8". She did a lot inside and out. She got fouled a lot. You know, she didn't necessarily hit free throws, but she did a lot of the dirty work to keep them in the ball game, and that's why we're going to go with Sophia.
So once again, congratulations to Sophia Tukowski. She is your Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Boilermakers Local 374. While you learn what Boilermakers Local 37, learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Now it's time to name the proud Union home play of the game, presented by IKOR CC. What do you got for this one, Doug? We had a lot of great plays in that fourth quarter that allowed the Senators to get the win.
We did. I really liked the Brooklyn Campbell with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the fourth. Brooklyn Campbell had a putback, like offensive rebound putback, and that was just, again, in a time where Washington Township was being aggressive and making things happen, going to the rim. That was, I thought, a big time when kind of separate themselves from the Phillies.
Yep, congratulations, Brooklyn Campbell, for your basket late in this fourth quarter. It's our proud Union home play of the game, presented by IKOR CC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. A big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller. Zach Miller as well for producing, man, is on double duty tonight. Zach Sinelli On the camera, both coaches for Washington Township, Doug Gobble, and for Kouts, Tim Schwartz, both athletic directors for Washington Township, Brandon Kingery, and for Kouts, Joe Wagner. And to you, the viewers, on Facebook.com/Region Sports, YouTube.com/Region Sports, RegionSports.com, and IHSATV.org. But for both Zachs, Doug, and myself, we hope you have a great and safe Tuesday night. And we'll see you soon. But this was a great game night in the PCC on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.